Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Building Moggy Caves, and last time I left you on a cliffhanger with this right behind me, the honey theme. Probably one of the more pretty looking themes if you ask me, from at least from what I have planned and by the sound of it. So you know what, let's just dive right in and let's do that from over here. This is one of the doors. Let's see, maybe I can actually just get inside real quick. So this is in the swamp theme, and this is a door to level 2. Of course, there is also one over here inside of this cave. I don't know exactly where. I'm already lost and it's my own game. Dang it. Now, as I've mentioned before, the honey theme is one of the areas for level 2. So to actually get to this area, you will need a medium large crystal, which I do. I have a medium amethyst key. Um, let's put that in and we'll see the game working. Let's start a quick game. And how nice. Even though we have starvation, we also were given cat eyes, which give night vision. So we can simply walk through, and I actually didn't have night vision, but I appreciate this. And look, the door is now open. And of course, in the swamp theme and in the desert theme, there are also doors that lead to level 2 areas. One of them in each is, of course, also to the honey theme. We'll definitely check them out on our ways. But let's just start here, where immediately, wow, this is very bright. Even with the night vision on, of course. Even without. Let me actually, you know what? I'm going to take that off because it is quite a bright theme. So all potion effects have been removed, and as you can see, it is still pretty bright. And nope, not even having a texture pack on right now. Just wanted to show you this in its original glory. And of course, we have quite a few beehives because there will also be a lot of bees flying around. And believe me, I wasn't trying to make this many bee words, but it just happened. So this is the first room you enter if you go through the through the cave door. And immediately you can see there's already a nice shulker box waiting for you. But there's also, of course, spawners waiting for you here, because this is the first room, and I call this the forest room. And it is quite, well, self-explanatory. It's a bit of a forest with a lot of honey and a lot of beehives. And currently not seeing any bees flying around, but then again, I see that this spawner doesn't have the bee in it just yet. Like I said, it's not 100% completed, and you'll see exactly what I mean with that as we go along. Over here we have the main room with the orange crystal, and like I said, it's missing a couple of details, but yes, this is the room with the crystal, and in the center we have a nice little tree with a spawner. Of course, that's going to be spawning mobs, and we have, as per usual, a blue box, but this time we also have a red box. And it's given us 2 nether warts. Okay, so the red, if you guys don't remember, it is for potion stuff. So of course, from the center room, you can go in pretty much any direction. And this time, the only way to get up over there is if you actually go through the level 1 room. Otherwise, the only way to get up there may be ender pearls, but I don't think ender pearls have been introduced in any of the shulker boxes. So I'm curious to see how you're going to get your hands on those. Probably something in level 3, by the way, but I'm not going to tell you guys that just yet. Anyway, let's move on to some of the other rooms. And to start things off, we are going into the village room, which, I mean, you can only see 2 houses on the lower ground, but there's one more up there. And let's first check out this little house over here. It's actually like a greenhouse. It holds a lot of flowers and, of course, a lot of bees. Busy bees checking out all the flowers and going into the hives and that there's a spawner for bees here, just in case you want to come along and kill the bees. Wouldn't recommend it. They're gonna get angry and poison you, and you're probably going to die, which is one of the reasons why I'm happy to have these here. And hey, I didn't know they were able to actually put these things down, but that's quite nice. You have some kind of like animations going on in here. Anyway, yeah, expect to see a lot of trees in this theme, as you can see over here, and of course a lot of honey and bees. And anyway, here's the first little house. I'm thinking of doing interiors for every single house that we've had so far. I know there's a door missing here. Never mind, the door's there now. I know I haven't done any insides of houses, but that might be nice for a separate episode. Maybe once all the villagers are in, but that would require me to have finished building this game. So let's just move on for now, and I'll show you another theme. And yes, this actually leads back to this room. And over here we have what I call the pure honey theme room. And it's just a bunch of honey. It's really just like the slime room in the swamp dungeon or in the swamp caves, where it's a bunch of honey piles and honey dripping from certain areas. And this place actually holds a little bit of a secret as well, and I'm going to show you this right now. For those of you who don't know, honey blocks aren't exactly one block by one block. Even though it looks like it's a full block, you actually can kind of go inside of the other block. So if I were to line myself perfectly right here, okay. Now, if I were to break this block, normally you would fall down, but because I'm actually standing on this block right here, I won't fall down. Anyway, with that being said, let me show you this. Yep, because we are technically inside of this water here, we can swim up. So that's how I've done this little trick, and it allows you to go onto this area. And I said that there wouldn't be any way to get up to the higher area. That's still true. This is actually a middle area. So over here, this is where the higher up area is, and technically you could say that this is a lower area because, for example, if I go over here, yes, there's another room over there. This is actually where it leads back to the swamp theme. And now that we're here, anyway, still quite empty room, but it's a bit of a, how should I, kind of like a farming area. A lot of wheat being grown here, and this spawn will probably just have bees in it, while one over here, if there is any, I'll probably put witches in there, because witches are the other mob in this area. A lot of poison going on in here. Definitely no fun. Anyway, let's move on. And because this is level 2, of course we're going to need a way into level 3. And you can see that over here. And I think you're able to guess which theme is behind this door. And I have brought over a friend from Moggycraft. Everyone, if you haven't met her yet, this is Honeypot. And if you haven't seen the episode where we got here, well, definitely go check that one out. So I've shown this room to a bunch of people already, and they absolutely loved it. As you can see, I mean, I don't need to explain it. There are so many bees in here. Just big, big bees. And of course, if you think that there's not going to be any sort of parkour with honey blocks, you're crazy, because of course there is, and that's in this room. Now I won't show you the way up, but basically, let's say you start over here. You don't, but imagine you do, okay? Now this is one of the jumps that you're not really able to make, because it's, well, at least 5 blocks away. So, I mean, you could... This is way too easy. I mean, I should really have thought of this. Maybe I'll just do like a honey drip over here or something like that, just so you cannot make this jump. I mean, you're still able to, but okay, well, I'll see if I can fix that at one point, but the idea is you go like this. Boom. Perfect. And then over here, I definitely succeeded in parkour over here. You have to do the same jump once again. And maybe I'll actually remove this one over here and make it a bit more risky. Let's see. Okay, yes. I mean, you can still land on this, of course, but that's fine. Shulker box. Hey, 2 flint. Nice. This right here is one of those areas that have definitely not been finished yet. The redstone should also go in still, and this room is not even close to done. But this will be where the treasure room is. Anyway, moving on from this, we have the door to level 3 of the Hell theme. And I think this already looks a lot more hellish than it did in the, which theme was it? The desert theme? Yes. Here you actually get the idea that you might be entering hell, and I have also come up with another few ideas for designs, but not that are going to be in this theme, unfortunately, but I do think it looks pretty good. Of course, there would be a tree here, but rest in peace tree. And we're back in the desert theme, because I wanted to show you the entrance to the honey theme from here. It's basically if Moggy Dungeon had a honey theme, it would look like this. Anyway, yes, it is a bit of a maze, but it's not really a maze. It's quite straightforward. And here we are in the giant tree room. So this is a giant tree. Definitely didn't cheap out. It's fully there. Like if I go up, you definitely, yep, that's tree, right? And if I go to the bottom, it's definitely tree. And yes, if you don't see a full tree here, we cannot be friends. Anyway, I think that's about it for the honey theme. Let me know in the comments which room you like best. Big tree, village, main. We should give this room, okay, yeah, the forest room, the farming room, or honey, love, nether, and bees. Yep, let's go with those names. Let me know which one you like the best. So, well, the honey theme is not exactly finished yet. I would say it is close to finished, and I kind of just wanted to build something else. Something not in the theme of honey. So, of course, we still have 3 other themes in this level to go. We still have dripstone, we still have amethyst, but I'm thinking maybe I want to get to the flooded theme. And if you're wondering how that's going to look like, well, let me show you what I have planned. So what exactly have we planned here? Of course, we have 2 rooms with doors in them, that's for sure. We have a center room, a village room, and a treasure room. That's pretty much the consistent thing about this game. You'll always have these. Now, these are the ones I have in mind as well. A ship, waterfall, fish, ocean monument, and of course the pirate cove that I showed you before. What I'm thinking is not doing the pirate cove in this theme, and maybe using it in something else that's to come. Of course, these ones are going to have to be included, and I think we can actually include all of these if maybe we can combine some stuff together. Of course, the treasure room is small, and it's probably going to be similar to the treasure room I showed you earlier. Of course, we can have doors in rooms that already have something in them, so maybe what we can do is combine the monument with a door, and maybe what we'll do is actually have one room specific for a door, and we'll see where we put everything. But as you can see, I've already done some stuff, and not all of these are full, or even half full, and well, the one over here is not even built yet. I think this is going to be the door to the love theme. I can put the treasure room over here. Should fit in nicely in between. I can simply make it one big box and divide it into two, where this is the treasure room and this is the door. That should be doable. And what have we got over here? Well, some of these are actually quite full already, and I could say that maybe some of them are even done already. Let's just dive in, no pun intended, into the first room, which is the fish room. And you can see an oyster here, but of course that's not the main piece of the show. This view is, and I love it. These are the fishies I've shown in the creative world a moment ago. The octopus right over there. And yeah, I mean, this fish wasn't there. I decided to switch up the big fish into this fish. But yeah, I really like this room. I think it's absolutely adorable. And this is probably my favorite room so far, really. Then we have the next room, which is the waterfall room. Now I don't know if I'm going to put anything else in this room, but of course you can, as you can see, walk over to this and into the middle room, the center, which looks like a this. So of course a big blue crystal and a sunken pirate ship. Yep, and you may notice that we don't have the usual thing going on where there's like a big hole in the center where the chests are. I think this this pirate ship can do the same. This can be our hole, seeing as you would have to dive down anyway. So what you could do, of course, is when playing you could simply just bubble up here, like no worry about air or anything. But if you do want the treasures, or the shulkers rather, you will need to dive down and actually get them from here. Um, the next room is over here, and you can actually see the room as you enter from the mud theme. And that is this giant pirate ship with some crabs in the water. Not the crabs I wanted to use, but the crabs that actually did fit in this room, because the other ones were way too big. And here we have a room that has absolutely nothing in it, except for, well, a walking path up here. But what we'll do is we'll flood this entire room and actually build something over here. And I'm going to have a door to the Skulk theme, I think, over here. The reason being that this is quite close to a door of level 1 to the level 2. And I mean, it's on the higher part, so that's the key part of it, of course. And I don't really know where else to put the door. Let's see, over here we could, but then we still need, we are gonna use this place to go to the love theme, I think. So probably best to put it here, also because it is quite close to this area, so that's nice. But what we're going to do is maybe first chuck some night vision, and then we'll start building in this room. And I will say that this doesn't look terrible. I'm not the best ocean monument builder of Ultimate Destruction and Doom, but yeah, for the space we have, I would say this is pretty good. Yeah, I'm quite happy with this, and what will allow us to do is we have quite a bit of space to work with. We can even remove some of these blocks, not all of these, I believe. Actually, what we could do, let's see, is do this. Oh, there's, okay. And this way, we can actually remove the blocks below it. And I think it still looks good. Now, of course, we still need to flood this room, but let's actually quickly make a door to the Skulk theme. And I am thinking of using Dark Prismarine in combination with the Skulk. So let's see how we can do that. Let's actually grab the Sea Lantern again as well. And let's build this up. So let's put in these, alright. And then what we can do is cover it up entirely. That's the nice thing about Skulk, it really goes all the way. Alright, looking good, I would say. Let's also grab some Deep Slate, because we're going to use Deep Slate in that theme. And maybe some other Skulk blocks like the Shrieker and a Sensor. I think it is quite nice to just quickly have a little bit of a setup over here, which is going to scream at you like crazy. Let's actually remove this for now, seeing as it will be making a lot of sound. So let's actually kind of transform this. Yep, I think that looks pretty good. I didn't put in the Shrieker. I might actually leave it out over here, not quite sure. But just in case you were wondering, because of course in the level 1 there's also a door to the Skulk, which does have a Shrieker. No, this does not actually affect you summoning Wardens. Because when you place it down in Creative, just like this, it really doesn't do anything. Same for Survival, when you place it down it doesn't do anything. You will need a debug stick that you can only get through a command, and I don't plan on using it on this one. So now that this is done, we can finally fill this room with water. And just like that, this place is now full of water. What I am noticing immediately is that, of course, the stairs and some other places are having a bit of a weird time, so let's actually help them out by just doing some stuff ourselves. Not a big deal, just going to have to go around a little bit. I'm not sure why this is happening, but yeah, not a big deal. I don't really care much for it, but let's get that done. Actually, I think I know why it is happening in some places, because there definitely hasn't been any commands used. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, here we should also come in and quickly do all of this. And while that's it for the actual building part, of course we're going to have to decorate this room a little bit. And of course we can do that with a bunch of seagrass. And I think this is one of the rooms where kelp is actually going to be nice to put in. And we don't want it to go in there. I don't mind it being up here actually, because I think I've seen this as well in actual ocean monuments. So that's looking good. Maybe what we can do is put some kelp in. I don't think I've actually placed kelp in any of the rooms so far. So yeah, kind of a forgotten block I would say, but definitely we'll have to put some more into other rooms. I have made one small change, and that is that I've extended this little bit just a few blocks forward, and I think it is looking much better now. It looks less like a weird tower and more like an ocean monument as you would find them in Minecraft. And with that, I have actually finished all the buildings, I believe, for this theme. I have gone in here as well, and here you see it's a little bit of a fishing house place and whatever. And down below in the water, of course, you best believe there are some structures as well. We have a house over here. We have a statue of, I don't know, mermaid, Poseidon, whatever. We have a house over here and a bit of a tower over here. Quite nice looking. And I think with that, this theme is now complete. Oh, also, I have put in the door to the love theme. And I've made it axolotl themed over here. quite nice. Of course, a bunch of axolotls in the tanks as well. And what I have done is put in a second waterfall in this room over here. So now we have this one where you can actually go up and, well, you cannot make the jump over there. You can try, but you will not succeed. So all there is left to do is spruce this place up with, of course, the rocks that make it look like an actual cave, and then the redstone. And let me first start by looking where I'm gonna place those shulker boxes. So because we're in level 2, all 5 shulker boxes are now present. And let's start over here with one red one and a blue one. Hi, Mr. Drowned. Let's see where we're gonna put it. Alright, so over here, let's put down the blue one. And over here we'll have the red one. So these two are now done. And we have to put in 5 brown, 5 yellow, and 5 lime. Trying to lay out where exactly all the shulker boxes are gonna go is not as easy as it sounds, because here we for example have a shulker box, but there is a bunch of water behind it, and it actually leads into the entirety of this area. So what I've had to do is create a little bit of an island that the ship is kind of gone into, like a little bit of crash. And I've had to come up with a way to do the redstone over here that is slightly different from normal, but still has pretty much everything going on as per usual, such as the item elevator, the way we dispense things into the shulker box, and the way it circles around. So we still have all of that, just like an extender over here, but yeah, it was quite painful to figure out exactly how we're going to put it here, because let's say we had it over here, you would notice that immediately we're surrounded by water on all fronts, and of course the ship over here, so that's quite difficult to take care of. Alright, let's actually test level 2, the flooded theme, and let's also maybe just go into the honey theme, because why not? So I of course use the medium key, so the doors to those themes will open, and you'll actually see a feature that I've just added in, and I think it's going to be quite helpful for the game. But I'll explain the downsides of this feature in a second. So here you see the new features. Time remaining and danger level. Time remaining, no issue with that. It's very clear and it is actually connected to the timer, so that shouldn't mess anything up. Danger level, however, depends on where you are. And the way I detect where you are is with skulk sensors. Now, that could be a little issue in co-op mode, or if mobs are walking around or swimming around as well, because they might activate it, but I'm pretty sure you'll see it activate in a moment, because of course we're not gonna go to level 2 and we have just entered it. Of course we're not in immediate danger, but now it does show that we're on level 2. For level 1 of course it only shows till around here. And as you can see, I have added some detail to the caves. And yeah, look at, for example, this room, the waterfall room. It looks a lot nicer now. And let's actually go look for some shulker boxes, of course. I'm not going to show you where all of them are. But in the center room, which also looks pretty good, I still have to do these 2 walls. Let's go down below and check on the red shulker box. Yep, okay, blaze powder and nether wart. And I don't think I'll be taking anything with me. I'm pretty sure that the drops are balanced. Stone sword, iron boots, quite nice. And there's a shulker box over here. Coin and a bone, perfect, 2 drops. I have actually already checked all the shulker boxes. They work perfectly fine. And yeah, this room also still needs a little bit more decorating, but you can see that I have made the caves look a little nicer. Also over here, it looks pretty, well, moist. I know a lot of people like that word. And here we have the entrance to the love theme. Of course closed, but as you can see I've added in a little bit more detail. And yeah, I think this theme is pretty. It looks very good and it works exactly as I thought it would, visually speaking. Because I was really hoping it would look like these caves were just once like a place or something like that, and then just water came in, flooded the caves. And I think I've done a pretty good job with that. You could even say that some of these areas, they have been drained just a little bit. That you could even say that the water came up to this level at one point, which is the reason why there's still a bit of water here. But yeah, I love this theme. I'm not sure which theme is actually my favorite, but you could definitely say that I love this one. And let's actually go to the honey theme. I haven't done anything with it since the start of the episode, but let's just go there. And here, this is what I meant. For some reason it now shows danger level 1. I don't know what. Oh wait, maybe because I actually go towards the level 1 door to the swamp theme. If I go, let's see, over here. Yeah, this is where it changes, and I'm pretty sure that this is where it changes. Yes, okay, so, okay, no worries there, everything's fine. But yeah, it sometimes does appear to happen, and I have already fixed multiple of these, but hopefully we won't run into that issue again. But I'm not gonna say that we won't. The issue with co-op, of course, being that when you walk around and one of you goes into level 2 while the other is still in level 1, it will also show for them that it's a level 2 for them. Even though it's not. But, and of course the reverse can also happen. Hi B. I still have to fill these spawners. And the final thing that I've actually added in is related to this pressure plate. So this actually opens the door, but if the game is still running, it actually won't do anything. This is just because when the time runs out, a fake wall is placed here, and it may lead you to believe that when you click the button to surrender, you be teleported over here, that you actually finished the game, you closed it, and everything's fine. Of course, if you brought in crystals, professions, nothing will be in here. But if not, then you're not going to worry about that, and you might just walk out, leaving the game on, and yeah, that would be an issue. So if the time remaining and danger level are not a clear indication of the game not being over, this locked door will be. And just to show you, if we end the game, then we can actually open the door again. So that is gonna be it for the flooded theme, and the next theme we'll work on is probably the amethyst theme. And as you can see, I have actually made a layout already. So yep, we got this going on, and consider this a little bit of a teaser or a cheat code, I guess, to maybe when you play the game you can see how everything is laid out. But no, of course things are going to change. And with that, that is gonna be it for me today. I hope you guys have enjoyed. You know what to do, and goodbye.